Hello and welcome to Film with Family. It's a me, Austin.
It's a me, Zachary.
And we're two cousins talking about movies.
You guys just dropping the accents.
Right away.
We can't stick with it.
Hey, it's all right. Yeah, you get it.
It might be grading for an hour and a half, which the directors of Mario also realized.
You're pulling a Kevin Costner.
Oh, opening up a wound already. So today, as you can possibly guess, we are reviewing the new Super Mario Brothers movie that just opened this Easter weekend. And as our special guests, as is apropos, we have got our two bros, my bro Drew
and my bro Caleb. It's our first double guest episode, folks. So it might get a little messy. We've never done this before. We should also say this is our 10th episode, so we can pat ourselves on the back for that. It's hard to make the 10, I hear.
Congratulations, Zach.
Film with Family's done 10 episodes.
Woo!
Wow.
That's when it really starts. The exponential growth starts at 10. So
Yeah.
you made it.
And Drew, you were in one episode, and Caleb, you were in one episode. So listeners should be familiar with you two, but they don't really know what to expect with both of you in the room together. I mean, this could get wild.
I detest Caleb, so this is going to be a lot of fun.
No comment.
So we both saw this movie with our respective brothers. Drew, you and I went on Saturday night, had ourselves a dinner beforehand.
Sure did.
Was it spaghetti dinner? Or?
Yeah, we both got a little Italian meal beforehand and a bunch of beer. And then we went to the Regal City North Theater where we saw it in 4DX. Have you guys ever had a 4DX experience? Because it was a ride.
Yeah, I'm just going to try to avoid saying how much of a ride it was because the movie was a ride. It felt like a ride.
The way they introduced the 4DX experience, they kind of like eased you into it.
With the illumination opening when he's on the Mario Kart and they're doing the flashes, that was like, oh shit. I was like, I'm really in for something here.
Yeah, and the chairs just start like rumbling a little bit, and you're like, oh, whoa. And
Yeah.
then when the movie starts and the big lava like drops down in the foreground, it was like everything started shaking like crazy. And I was like, holy shit, this is gonna be wild. It was a roller coaster.
It was
No doubt.
literally a roller coaster because it was like if you ever waited in line at Six Flags for like 30 minutes to get in that virtual reality roller coaster that only like lasts like 10 seconds and you wonder why you wasted your day. It was like being able to do that for an hour and a half with no interruption and a great movie to boot. Like it was so much fun. Like complete joy. I mean, it's literally like a massage chair that beats the ever-loving crap out of you, and then like a random like mist jettison that just like shooting like movie theater water into your ear.
Oh, they actually did some water at you?
Yeah. Like it and also they had like a crazy fan and mist. So like, when they're the scene when they're we're getting ahead of ourselves, but the scene when they're gliding on the Mario Kart, like the chairs kind of make you feel like you're kind of suspended in the air, and like they have fans going with mist where it kind of makes you feel like you're going through a cloud. But they simulated so much stuff of the movie that it just like it's like this whole nother endeavor to kind of make that shit work just right.
Yeah, it was incredible. And you felt like you were drifting, you were just getting jostled around. We had chugged these like 2 beers right beforehand. We drank about 40 ounces of beer each, like chugged 2 beers right before getting in the movie. And then I snuck in like a couple beers, and so we're just like have our bellies just full of beer and just being jostled around this whole time. It was just like whoa, and like we're like passing the beer to each other, and like the seat is flying around, so just spilling everywhere.
Just dumping full beers on children and pass. Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, I think me and Caleb, we've done the rumbling seats before for the movie Logan, the old Wolverine movie. Caleb, do you remember that?
Yeah, it was like called D-Box. There was, I don't remember, mist.
Yeah, D-Box doesn't have the mist or the spraying. It's just the seat moving with the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I bet we could have tipped a teenager staff member to flick warm butter onto us to simulate that.
Something to think about for next time. So what was your theater going experience like, Zach and Caleb?
It was me and Zach and my stepdaughter, Anna Ray, she's been introduced to Mario from the beginning. We got a NES Classic for Christmas. She's 5, and I wanted her to start out from the bottom, foundations of gaming, and she naturally gravitated toward the Mario series and loves the first 3.
Yeah, she mostly plays Mario 3 from what I've seen. She really loves Mario 3.
Yeah, she's kind of branched out. She when she gets sick of 3, she'll go to 2 or 1, and she's very familiar with the early games, and she plays Mario Kart when she goes to her aunt's house. So she was super excited. She was dressed up as Princess Peach. Me and Zach dressed up as Mario and Luigi. I took them to my favorite theater in Michigan, the State Wayne Theater, which has some of the best mural work I've ever seen, both on the exterior and interior of the building.
Whoa.
And
just in general, or like at a theater?
Just in general. It's crazy, the both like the scope and the quality of it. It's like got a really old-timey, like vintage theater vibe, but all the seats are modern, recliners with the like heated seats and everything. So
very heated.
And the matinees are like $5. So I was happy to take Zach there. He'd never been there before.
Damn, your ticket was $5?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a convenience fee to buy all the tickets online, but yeah, it was like nothing.
Wow.
We spent $100 on our tickets.
It was $25 a piece for Drew and I, but worth every penny, honestly, because that was like the craziest, most interactive film experience I think I've ever been on. I didn't realize things like that even existed. It was wild.
There are certain movies where I wish that we had that. What was the one that we just Top Gun? I remember I was like, I wish we would have seen Top Gun in D-Box. That would have been perfect.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, me and Jasmine saw F9, the Fast and Furious movie, in D-Box, and that was a perfect movie for it. Just feeling like you're in the car with Vin. It's a great time.
So why don't we talk a little bit about video games in general before we get into the movie? Like what our history with video games is, or starting with Mario.
Yeah, well, me and Caleb's parents, Mark and Donna, they took a while for us to buy us a video game. They held out for a very long time. So I just remember a lot of experiences playing video games, or exposure to video game, was through Drew and Austin. Whenever we visited you in Chicago, we were just like drawn to the PlayStation, and we just wanted to see what games you had, and like it was just like, oh my gosh. And when we were at McGregor Bay, we were like transfixed by Drew's Game Boy and like playing Kirby's Dream Land, and like it's like this is a whole nother world that I dream of. I remember when I was a kid, I like actually like made a Game Boy, like I drew a Game Boy on like a piece of paper.
I remember that.
I had like, it was like almost like a flip book that I stapled together. So there's multiple pages. So like it if you press the A button, turn to page 5, and then you're like Mario would jump or something like that. Like that was how sad it was that I wanted to play video games so bad. I just had this like paper drawn Game Boy that I brought to school and shit.
Paper Mario.
Yeah, it was Paper Mario. But yeah, I just remember playing Masters of Terrace Kasi and watching Drew play Grand Theft Auto in Chicago, and I was like, man, I want a video game so bad. Yeah, but I will say, I think it was Liz, your mom, Drew and Austin, that got us our first video game console, which was a Game Boy Color for Christmas. Like he went behind our parents' back and got us this Game Boy with like a Mickey Mouse game or something.
I don't remember that. I didn't even know that.
This is my recollection of how it happened. Is like
It is how it happened.
yeah. Like
Wow.
mom and dad didn't want us to get us a Game Boy, but Liz was like, "This is fucked up. These kids are deprived."
Yeah.
We had a PC that we convinced our dad to get like upgrade the graphics card so we could play like Star Wars Racer and like this motorcycle game.
Dude, yeah, that motorcycle game was awesome. That had great music. Oh
That
my
first
gosh.
person Han Solo game is what you guys were always fucking with. I don't remember the name of that one. Do you remember that one? Where you would open the
Dark Forces.
Yeah.
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 It was like a Doom scroller, but Star Wars. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was Dark Forces.
And there's also a Men in Black game that was impossible to get past the first level or something. It was like a ridiculously hard Men in Black game.
Yeah, but as far as like legit non-PC video game Nintendo, we had none of that until Lizzie broke a seal with the Game Boy.
Wow.
So thank you, Aunt Lizzie, for that.
Yeah. Then I think maybe the next year, mom and dad got us a GameCube, and that was like our first proper home console.
A proper console. A proper home console.
But yeah, going back to the GameCube, that means our first Mario game would have been Super Mario Sunshine. Right, Caleb?
Absolutely. Which I regret to report, unless I missed some really small detail, got no love in this Mario movie, which was sad for me because I'm a Sunshine boy.
There was some Sunshine references, apparently.
Name one.
Name one.
One of like the I don't know it specifically.
Nope.
No, it was just like a reference to Sunshine being like there's like a plumbing company that was like Sunshine something, Sunshine Plumbing. It said it on the back of one of the vans. So there's very an Easter egg.
Not good enough.
No, but I thought you'd enjoy it.
No flood.
Yeah, we love Mario Sunshine. It's got great music. It's got great tropical island vibes.
I think it's the best Mario.
But we did get a lot of references to a lot of generations of Mario in this movie. And then also, I mean, I think speaking of the floodgates are wide open to the Nintendo cinematic universe now. And I think we're going to be seeing a lot of different variations. And I'm sure Sunshine is in the works in some capacity.
You guys are always kind of like more Sony, I figure. Or like, did you guys ever like have like a Nintendo console?
We had a neighbor. We had a neighbor with a Nintendo. And yeah, it did seem like
a 64 or what are we talking here?
He had 64.
And a Sega.
And a Sega.
And an NES.
Yeah, we had a Sega, and then my mom got us RoboCop versus Terminator, and then she was like too violent, and then like returned everything, and
then we got the Lion King, Barney, and Vector Man. Those were our three first video games ever for Sega. But yeah, we had a neighbor, Brian, who had an N64 and an NES in the basement, and actually, do you guys remember getting locked in that basement?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember that one fateful Chicago trip where they locked us in the basement for hours. Or maybe it just felt like hours. I don't know.
It was
think it
like
was-
20 minutes. Like
Yeah,
maybe.
not even. Yeah. But yeah, our neighbor pulled some joke on, I think it was all four of us were in our neighbor's basement and he just ran upstairs and locked the door. And we were just like, okay, I guess we're locked down here. And I think we played Mario. I think we just like sat down there and played Mario.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember, trying to beat the classic first game there in that basement. And then our other neighbor, Brett, on the other side had a Super NES. And that's where I first played Mario Kart. Yeah.
That's a great game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there was just a lot of established relationships with Nintendo people who were just in our general vicinity. I had a weird friend named Travis that I guess used for Mario Kart, and then that was at Dad's place. Like there wasn't a whole lot going on around Dad's place. This goofy kid Travis like, oh, you got Mario Kart, let's go play Mario Kart. And that was the only way I got my Nintendo fix in. That and visiting you guys were just getting my perpetual Animal Crossing house deleted every goddamn year, and that always felt really good. Yeah, I didn't get Nintendo until like basically the pandemic when I got the Switch, and then like I had a GameCube later, but basically was just for Super Smash Bros, which doesn't count. I'm just basically using this machine as a way to get good at Smash, and I know that is Nintendo, but that's not like Majora's Mask, and I just feel like there's a whole section of Nintendo that I missed out on, and I'm just okay with that. And I probably shouldn't be as a gamer. But
yeah, it's sad to miss out on Wind Waker and Metroid Prime, and
yeah,
I love those games.
Like even the remake of Metroid came out, and I was like, I have no right to play that game. That's not for me. I didn't do that. I don't need that. I don't need that in my life. So I feel like a poser even going to the Mario movie.
But yeah, we were definitely a PlayStation house. We had the original PlayStation. First games there were Parappa the Rappa,
Kick, punch, block.
Abe's Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey,
Fucking
Yeah.
Crash 3, man. Crash Warped. Let's go.
Crash, yeah, the Crash Bandicoot games. And then we convinced my mom many years later to get us a PlayStation 2, and our selling point was that
It was a DVD player.
it was also a DVD player, so it was a 2-for-1.
She was going to Best Buy and she's like, I'm going to buy a DVD player. It's $500. I'm like, hey, Mom, you know what? A PS2 is only about $200. It does all the same things. She's like, tell me more. And so I did.
Yeah, but I think we're all gamers here. We all play video games.
I would say I'm probably the least. I play video games the least out of all three of you, maybe. Not that that's a good or a bad thing.
You wouldn't qualify yourself as a gamer.
I wouldn't qualify myself as a gamer. I mean, I played.
Unless it's Soul Calibur 2.
Oh,
We're big Soul Calibur guys here.
big SoCal house. Real group of gentlemen.
I mean, but I play Mario Party pretty regularly now. Me and my friends have like gotten in the habit of like we have a text chain where we like try to like sync up and all play Mario Party like at least once or twice a week. And
You play online or you get together in person.
we play online. We have played in person too, but it's just such a fun game to play with friends. And obviously I love Mario Kart 8 specifically. That's my big one.
Super good.
I played the shit out of that game in 2015, and now I'm just starting to get back into it, partially because of this movie kind of put it all back on my radar again. And I realized I haven't really played any of those DLC courses, and they're fun.
Yeah, they're releasing new tracks currently, which is great. Yeah, like in the movie, there's like the direct connection to or like when they're picking the carts, like they actually have the same exact like screen when you're picking like the wheels and like the body of the cart. It's like straight from Mario Kart 8, which I thought was a fun reference.
Now with AC/DC.
Yeah, they couldn't get Welcome to the Jungle.
Yeah, like that was such a weird choice to like, okay, we're going on the first Mario Kart track. We're in the Donkey Kong world, and we play Aha.
Yeah, it's like a weird version of Take on Me.
Yeah, all the music choice. It's funny for all the musical references and like really great placements of Mario music everywhere. The real music, it was just completely out of place. That's probably the only real complaint I have about it. I mean, I still enjoyed it.
I agree. The licensed music definitely detracted from, or like took me out of the movie the most. Like, especially like when I was like, I need a hero, which is like directly from Shrek. Like they use that same song in Shrek. And I was like, don't be getting Shrek's leftovers of licensed music.
And actually, I think this might be a good place to start the conversation on the movie, because so the very first scene of the movie, we're introduced to Bowser, and Bowser's trying to get the star from the penguin people, the penguin folk.
They're just penguins.
The penguins have the star. Bowser shows up. First scene, he wants the star, and they attack Bowser with a flurry of snowballs and ice cubes set to the Tarantino Kill Bill music.
Bam, bam, bam.
That was good music choice. I was like, yeah, you always got to throw that in. Give it some Tarantino references.
No, I disagree. I disagree. Just because I feel like that movie that song is so iconic to Kill Bill. And again, we've got such a plethora of good original music. Why do we need to like tap into this like now cliche like action song?
Yeah, I agree that all the music choices are a little bit cliche outside of when it's actually using Koji Kondo kind of themes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe, but I do enjoy the idea that Tarantino has infected the Mario universe in one way or another. So that's fine with me.
I wasn't too offended by that particular one, but
everything beyond that. Yeah.
I'm just thinking about the movie chronologically, and yeah, just after that, but then you get Mario and Luigi in Brooklyn, which
set to the Mario rap.
Yeah, I really like the how it starts with the commercial, like the cheesy Super Mario Bros. Plumbing commercial.
We're the Mario Brothers, and plumbing's a game. We're not like the others who get all the fame. When your sink is in trouble, you could call us on the double. We're faster than the others, you'll be hooked on the brothers.
Thank you, Super Mario Bros. It seems like the only thing you haven't drained is my bank account.
I thought this was a really well done, fun commercial, and they're doing like the very stereotypical Mario voices. It's the thick, it's a me, a Mario, and Luigi, doing the accents, and I think and then they explain like, oh, why do you put on the accents for the commercial? It sounds weird. And then you got like the actual Charles Martinet Mario voice be like, I think it sounds great, or something like that.
Yeah.
And I thought that was just a really smart way to kind of explain, like, they're not going to be doing the Mario voice the whole movie, but like, we're going to still like acknowledge that that's a part of the character. But yeah, I thought that was well done.
They got the controversy out of the way right away, addressed it in a really perfect way. And I thought that, I thought that Chris Pratt is actually a really good choice. I mean, I think that he kind of holds that sort of like boyish charm, but also like, I don't know. It's like, you don't know if he's like 20 or 45, it's like he's got kind of like an undefined age, and he's sort of like a chipper guy, and you can just like see him as Mario. I don't know. And I thought Charlie Day was a good Luigi as well. And the voice didn't bother me at all. Like, I didn't think about it like in the least, really. I thought it pulled it off.
It was a good choice. And yeah, like the commercial was like, is this what you wanted? You want them going like for an hour and a half?
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, no, and it was the whole controversy kind of melted away immediately.
Yeah, I thought the voice acting on the whole, I thought everybody did a good job. Maybe Fred Armisen as Cranky Kong was a little lackluster for me, or I don't know. I was expecting a little bit more from him, but
I thought it was a great Bernie Sanders. I don't know. I thought that he did it.
It wasn't Bernie Sanders. Me and Austin have been fighting about this because it's like he does this fake Ken Burns impression where he goes like,
it's not Ken Burns, it's George Burns.
I know
Ken Burns is the documentarian.
I know, but when he does this, he pretends he's like, oh, you want to hear my Ken Burns impression?
It's not Ken Burns.
If you would listen to me, you would listen, he says like, oh, you want to hear my Ken Burns impression? And then he does his George Burns, which is the joke.
That's a Fred Armisen joke.
Yeah, he goes like, oh, George.
You got to
Burns,
send that link.
I showed you it.
I know, but send the link so we can put it in the podcast.
No, you do your research. I'm not doing shit. This is your podcast. You're wrong. You want to absolve yourself? You find the class.
Well, so Ken Burns was in the green room just now, and he's screening his Holocaust documentary upstairs.
He was great. He comes down and is like, "You guys,
that's Ken Burns. If you've not met Ken Burns, this is eerie.
Everything you do,
so good.
What's the word? Sweetie, baby, where you go? Why you mad at me? Like, hold on a minute. Why you mad at me?
This is exactly what he sounds like. So eerie.
Yeah, I actually don't know who George Burns is.
I know Mr. Burns.
Does someone want to explain it to me?
Yeah, so he's the rich old guy from The Simpsons. Anyways,
but we all love Bowser. We all love Jack Black as Bowser.
Yeah,
Jack Black stole the show.
Yeah.
See, that was appropriate original music. I don't know. It seemed like he just improv that or something. He probably prepared it a little bit, but it's a great vocal range.
The Peaches song, you mean?
Yeah, on the piano. The couple different renditions of it throughout the movie were both great.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the song was great. I mean, I think that's a hit, an instant classic.
Peaches, 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 peaches. Oh, yeah.
I just think that Jack Black, I think he actually like suggested that whole idea of, this villain being actually like a spurned lover, and like having this deep insecurity that like fuels his villainous ways, and I think that was just a really great choice because we don't really know the personality of Bowser. He's just a jerk that just jumps around and just fucks with you in the games, and like when he steals Peach, he's just stealing her. He's not saying like I love her, I guess, except for in Mario Odyssey where they get married, right? Yeah.
Did he play Mario Odyssey?
I did.
Yeah, the end of that game, there's like a whole wedding kind of sequence, and so it's definitely pulling from that, I think.
Yeah,
but it worked really well.
Yeah,
I really love the bit when he like announces to all of his Koopalings or all the Koopa armies, like, and I'm gonna have a fairy tale wedding. And then they're just like, oh, what?
Yeah, they're all like, you're weird.
And they're like all headbanging. It's like heavy metal music before that. It's just like it's a nice juxtaposition.
Yeah. I thought Jack Black was incredible. And Keegan-Michael Key did a good job as Toad.
Yeah. Keegan-Michael Key's voice sounds like pitched up. It doesn't sound like his natural voice, but
I think he did pitch it up though a lot. Like
the director, and I started doing that. The director was like, "That's cool. I like that. Can you get the voice a little bit higher?" And I was just like, yeah, sure, I can get it a little bit higher." And he's like, "Can you get it a little bit higher than that?" And I was like, yeah, I can get it higher than that. If you want me to get higher than that, can you get the voice even higher than that? Yeah, sure, we can get all the way up. Yeah, if you want to get the voice up here.
Well, he can actually just move his voice like that.
Yeah, he's actually pitching up his voice a bit.
Yeah, I do miss Toad because Toad typically has that very raspy. I'm Toad. I did miss the super raspy kind of voice that Toad usually has.
Where do you hear Toad in games, though? I don't remember.
He just does like a wah. Like,
in Mario Kart, you'll hear him make ah.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That sounds like Marge. It's just Marge Simpson.
Cody.
You say Cody?
Toady. Mario. Margio.
Oh yeah, another thing in that scene, which I guess that takes place in Punch Out Pizzeria, which is a good reference to an old game that Caleb loves.
Oh yeah, Punch Out, baby.
You've been playing Punch Out recently, haven't you?
Yeah, that's what I gravitate towards on the NES Classic. When I get a turn in, I gotta love Punch Out, and I love that they had all the different Glass Joe and the various Punch Out bosses that you fight were on the wall.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah. Also in that scene, the guy who plays Spike, who's like the Wrecking Crew guy, that's given the Mario Brothers some shit. Like, Wrecking Crew is also it's an old NES game, which is a nice obscure reference. And Mario is in Wrecking Crew, which I found out recently.
Do you know who does the voice of Spike?
I don't Maniscalco. No. I don't Maniscalco. No.
It's Sebastian Maniscalco.
He's an Italian guy, right?
I thought it was John Gabris at first, just because he looks so much like the Vito John Gabris character.
Gino.
I was like, I think that's Gabris. Yeah, Gino. Yeah.
Also, another great reference in that scene, Luigi's or Easter egg, I should say, is Luigi's phone dials up and it's the Nintendo GameCube startup jingle. Me and Caleb both like stared at each other when that happened in the theater. We're just... Yeah, that awakened something very primal in me and Caleb as GameCube boys.
I liked then, like, when they're leaving there and the van breaks down, that you get the little like side scroll of them running around Brooklyn.
Yeah, that was really good. I saw like on an Easter egg list that actually like the layout of that is like specifically level 1-1 from Super Mario Brothers, the first game.
Oh,
like
shit.
the way the obstacles are placed, they're like exactly how it looks in the first level, which I was like, damn, that's some good Easter egg shit.
Yeah, the whole movie is just full of Easter eggs, man. So many Easter eggs.
And me and Caleb saw this on Easter Day.
Wow.
I have a question though, because we were thinking about it after the fact, and while they did have Goombas in the movie, I didn't notice any Goombas getting stomped.
Yeah.
Or bounced off of. I feel like that's the main thing that Mario does is jump on Goombas. And
it never happens.
At all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's very little like attack things, but I thought it was funny that on the Mario Kart course, when he starts throwing those shells, like they don't just like spin out, they like fully explode. Like they're like fully dead.
Yeah, it did feel like Mad Max Fury Road, just like total carnage and death.
Yeah. And the idea that they're just going to fall into an endless space abyss of interdimensional, like if they do survive, they'll just fall for an eternity, I guess.
Yeah.
Implication.
Yeah, that's how it is whenever you play Rainbow Road and Mario Kart 2. It's just like
you just fall into the abyss.
Yeah, it always feels a little bit more the stakes are a lot higher at Rainbow Road. You know, you're gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna die.
Caleb, I was just curious, how did Honore like respond to it? Has she like been talking about it a lot since you guys saw it? Like, does she want to see it again? Does she want to play more of the games now? Or because I mean, this movie is geared for someone like her. I mean, it's like totally she's the target.
Well, leading up to it, you know, we're like when I bought the tickets and everything, let her know like a week in advance, and like every day she was counting down like how many days till a Mario movie. And then when we got there, well, like we were dressed up, it just became a bigger and bigger thing. when she was actually watching it, everything that she recognized from the original games, like the noises, the characters, she was just completely keyed in and having the time of her life. Like it's definitely, it has enough for adults who are fans of the game to be enjoyable, but I think it still definitely falls into the category of a kids movie, which can be pretty bad by and large, but just getting the vicarious excitement from her, because like, you know, her fists were balled up and she was just like, her mouth was wide open, pure just ecstatic Mario freak out. And
it's awesome.
after the fact, or after the movie, I was trying to encourage Zach to be discreet with the microphone because we wanted to get some of her thoughts, and I knew she would get self-conscious if she knew we were recording, but she was kind of her excitement levels were a lot more measured when we were in the car, but she still rated it 10 out of 10. So
Anna, do you like the movie?
It wasn't really like a movie.
It wasn't like a movie?
Yeah, it was like a show.
Oh, like a TV show?
Mm-hmm.
who was your favorite character in the movie?
Mario.
Really, like Mario? What about...
Because he jumped more faster than Luigi. And he had the raccoon suit.
Oh, yeah. That was really good when he had the raccoon suit. Remember when he had the cat suit?
It's kind of funny.
At first you thought it was a raccoon suit, but it was the cat suit.
Uh-huh. No, I didn't. It was in a raccoon suit.
So do you like it? How many thumbs up out of, would you give it 1 thumb up or 2 thumbs up or no thumbs up or a thumb down?
Yeah, how many thumbs up do you give it? 2 or...
You like it? The movie?
How many thumbs? Oh, 5 fingers.
Okay.
So that's a 10.
Yeah, that's a 10.
Dang.
Count them.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yep.
Super Mario.
Mario.
Does it make you want to play Super Mario?
Uh-huh.
What's your favorite Mario? Super Mario 1, 2, or 3?
1.
Oh yeah. Oh, I remember you liked it when they went through the pipes, just like in the game.
Oh yeah, what about Toad? The mushroom guy, he was...
And they beat the level.
Oh yeah, when they got on the flag.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she just loved it, and it made it a lot more fun for me and Zach too, because she was sitting in between us, and every time something funny or just amusing would happen, it would just ring way more true for her. So yeah, it was great. She loved it.
Yeah, she had some great squeals of excitement and some big laughs, and yeah, she lost her shit when Cat Mario and Tanuki Mario suit came out.
Yeah, she loves the suits.
Yeah, all the power-ups are really good. Really worked on her.
Yeah, like, because it took her a minute to get the mechanics. I tried not to hold her, like, she didn't, when she's playing the original Mario games, like, as we can all relate as gamers, you don't really enjoy other people telling you how to play it. She was like, I know that, even though she had no idea in the beginning. So it's been a long learning curve of her figuring out all the things. That she's pretty sophisticated now, only, a number of months into exposure, where like she could barely figure out how to jump or like encounter an enemy without getting too scared. Now she just like runs through it. She knows where all the hidden blocks are, and like so when he got the mushrooms, like, that's gonna make him big, or like she just couldn't wait to let everyone know what it's all about.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I mean, I feel like this movie is just going to raise a whole new generation of Nintendo kids, because I just feel like there's so many things in this movie that, like, as they start, as like someone like Honore starts like digging into the old games, they're going to be like, oh, that's from the movie. Like, that's like, they'll be able to pick out those Easter eggs. And yeah, like, I think that, I mean, this movie, we should just say, made $377 million this weekend, the biggest opening for an animated film ever.
Yeah, it did get a bit of head start because it opened on a Wednesday, so it was kind of like a long weekend. But yeah, it is like the highest grossing movie of the year already, and hasn't even been a week at the time of recording this. So this movie's huge,
and I think well deserved. I think that it was worthy of it, because I feel like most kids' movies is like you always have like weird patches of adult humor and kid humor just kind of hodgepodged in. And when I hear people complaining about this movie, they're like, they didn't answer any questions or like build the unit. I'm like, dude, like there's nothing to answer. Like there's no plot in the games. It's just fun. When you throw your hat at a spring and then Mario becomes a spring and Slinky's, it's like, do you want to ask questions? Or you want to just like jump like 10 stories to the next thing and have a good time? It's like the movie was very much just like its own thing, borrowing from what was there and then just kind of letting you have fun, letting you have a great time. And yeah, I think that especially the 4D, I feel like I need to see it again just to like, but like I felt like an absolute kid. Yeah, it was a great time. It's a good time.
Yeah, people complaining that it should have had more of a story is like, get out of here.
Like what story? There's no story.
Luigi gets sucked and gets captured by Bowser. Mario needs to save his brother. What more do you fucking want?
Yeah,
That's all you need.
Yeah,
that's
seriously.
all you need. And
also, I didn't think they were brothers. I thought they were gay the whole time. I didn't find out at the end of the movie they weren't gay, which was really embarrassing for me.
Yeah, they like live with their family, right, or something like that.
The family scene is so good. You get to like actually meet Mario and Luigi's like parents and family, and it's like you got the old Italian guy in the corner. You got like the dad, who I think is actually also played by Charles Martinet.
It is, yeah.
And they're just a regular old Italian family sitting around eating pasta. Mario doesn't want to eat the mushrooms. Like, haha.
Yeah. Anna Ray like leaned over to me when Mario revealed that he doesn't like mushrooms. Like, and she's like, I like eating mushrooms. and she's like, last night I ate everything off my plate. I didn't leave anything. And she was like really proud that she ate everything. And I was like, nice.
Yeah, her vegetable game has been good lately.
Well, I'm sure you're teaching her the way of the mushroom, to respect the mushroom.
Got to.
It's a tough textural thing.
It was a little wild to see Mario playing a Nintendo. It felt like the universe folding in on itself a little bit.
With like an R-wing on top, right? With the Star Fox like spaceship on top.
Yeah,
of that.
he was playing Kid Icarus, I think.
Yeah. There's all kinds of stuff in his room that was just a whole Nintendo universe. So
it's like Nintendo exists, but Mario doesn't exist.
Exist in with the Nintendo, yeah.
I did really love the choice to make Peach more of a side character than Luigi. Like Luigi is the damsel in distress in this movie. He's the one that needs to be rescued, whereas Peach is kind of like the Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah, she's badass.
Yeah, she's like, she trains Mario. She like, is fighting alongside with Mario and like kind of leading the charge, which I thought was a great choice.
Yeah,
and appropriate. Like she's a fully playable, formidable character in Mario 2, starting all the way from the sequel, and that was one of the things that I was probably most happy about. Was they really embellished and paid tribute to the very specific animations and movesets of each character. Obviously, Mario has a lot of like different flips and dives and slides and things that, but brick the booty bomb move that he,
the booty bomb, yeah.
Oh, and the spike forward air punch from Super Smash Melee. Like they had all that stuff, and they had Peach when she floats, really nice. Like
she hovers. Yeah,
they had all that. So it's good attention to detail.
Yeah, but yeah, I just thought structurally within the plot that it was a really great choice to switch up the conventional roles of Luigi and Peach. But it works because Luigi's always kind of a little bit of a beta, and he's a wuss. He's fucking wuss. He's coward.
He's a little spook, but he prevails in the end. Honestly, you clear out a Haunted Mansion twice or 3 times or whatever it was.
Also, the Luigi death stare in Mario Kart is pretty badass. And
yeah,
people are familiar with that, but
he looks super pissed. Like whenever he
whenever he
passes somebody.
passes someone, it just like glares at him.
Yeah.
I'm unfamiliar, but I will look at it.
Oh no, it's a thing. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, you notice if you do the replays of the matches with Luigi.
Just giving people side eye every time he passes them. Like,
Yeah, and well, it's a very angry look, and there's some funny when the first game Mario Kart 8 first came out. There's a bunch of people that I think I remember was like a gangster's paradise,
Like Thug Life.
Yeah, like he's just so badass.
Yeah, whether the glasses come down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, going back to the Luigi getting captured. I really love the scene of him actually getting transported to like the Badlands or whatever it was, and then he got the clear Luigi's Mansion kind of trees, and it's like it's like a little mini horror movie with the dry bones.
Yeah, I love that.
That sequence was amazing, and I love the little Shy Guy jump scare at the end of it. Like they just like kind of appear behind him like a creepy little cult.
Yeah, that was so dope.
That was when we would get like sprayed in the ear. Like,
oh, really?
Like, yeah, like when you get the jump scare.
Yeah, that part was great. Yeah, I thought Luigi, Charlie Day did a great job. I do agree that I love that Luigi is the one that's getting saved. I think that was a smart move, but I did kind of want more screen time seeing the brothers together, because they're like kind of separated the whole movie. But I don't really know how to get around that. Like maybe just make the movie longer, but at the same time it's kind of perfect at 90 minutes.
I mean, it is. I mean, they don't stray from the brother aspect of it, though. I mean, like there were a few moments when Drew and I looked over each other and they're like, brothers gotta stick together or something. We give a little like high five.
We had to do a pound. Yeah, we had to do like a bro pound, like every like 3 or 4. Like it was 3 or 4 bro pounds in that movie at least.
Whenever they mention brother shit.
Yeah, we're like, we're brother, and almost to the point where it got old. Like by the 4th one, I was like, I mean, we have to.
You don't have a lot of brother movies out there. There aren't a lot of movies about like brotherhood. Only one I can think of recently is maybe RRR, but they're not really brothers. It's more of a bromance.
They're just friends, right? They're best buds. Yeah. Darjeeling Limited is a good brother movie, but there's not too many other brother movies that come to mind. So
Step Bros, The Brothers Grimm.
Oh yeah, Step Brothers is great.
I mean, they're not brothers, but definitely, but they're Step Bros. So I mean, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Yeah, they're not really brothers either. Yeah, I do like in this movie the little flashback of the baby Mario and baby Luigi, and like baby Mario defending baby Luigi from like the bully or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that was like a little like kind of like silent scene, or it's just music, and it got me emotional for some reason. I was like, oh my gosh. Or like I almost got teary-eyed just that little scene for some reason. It's like, that's so sweet. And Mario's defending little baby Luigi.
Yeah, it was a tearjerker.
It warmed my heart, just that little scene. And it was such a short little scene.
There was one Easter egg did you guys realize that the piano that Jack Black was playing was the Ludwig von Koopa piano?
Oh, reference to the Ludwig, one of the Koopalings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad the Koopalings weren't in there, because I find them kind of annoying looking. And
Iggy?
Yeah, Iggy and all those guys that they throw in Mario Kart 8. I'm glad they didn't get any screen time.
So Drew, I didn't realize. So Drew and I, the next morning, watched the 93 Super Mario Brothers movie, which is atrocious. I totally understand why
there's some charm in the weird, gross Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles-esque, like everything's gnarly, everything's 90s of it all.
It's just so gritty. It's like it's very adult, and like there's a lot of like real gross out stuff going on in the movie, and just like disturbing things. Like the Goombas just look really weird.
Insane choice for the Goombas. Insane choice.
Can you describe how the Goombas look like for our audience?
Sure, certainly. They are like the smallest shrunken lizard heads with like insane Cheshire cat smiles and stupid fangs, and the worst puppetry animatronic where they just go look back and forth grunting like that's the only way they communicate. And they have giant red like pea coats and like weird green and red striped shirts underneath them, and
I thought that was Bowser.
No,
from, like the pictures that I seen.
No,
those are the Goombas, and they're 7 to 8 feet tall.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
They're so much shorter, and in the game,
that's the shortest
Mario
thing.
when he's short. And it's like they made him 10 feet tall. And it's like, and they walk around with guns. It's like,
who directed it?
I mean, it's nobody I have even heard of. Annabelle Jankel and Rocky Morton.
It was a duo.
Yeah, they have no other credits. I mean, this movie must have sunk them to the depths of, Hollywood hell. Because I mean, it was basically because of this movie that they were too afraid to make another Mario movie. Like they were just like in the shadow of this gigantic bomb.
Giant bomb.
Yeah, are there any video game adaptation movies that you guys like?
Oh, Blood Rain.
I was thinking about this today because I mean, I can't even think of something off the top of my head. I'm sure there's movies.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, but that's not great.
The first Resident Evil was pretty good. As far as video game movies go, I think that was one of the movies that were like at its height. Is Resident Evil. The first Resident Evil delivered in a way that we didn't expect. And yeah, I think it wasn't the greatest movie, but like compared to video game movies, like because it's just a real low bar, real fucking low bar. About the lowest bar you could possibly get.
I didn't see it, but did you guys like the Sonic movies? Did anyone see the Sonic movies?
Yeah, not really. I saw them, but I didn't really like them. I saw Jim Carrey's great, but then just seeing Jim Carrey in this like very commercial movie is just like, oh god damn it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like I feel like in terms of a video game movie doing justice to the actual video game, I mean, this is as good as it gets. I mean, I don't know how you do better than this. I mean, they nailed the animation. The animation looks gorgeous. It's just chock full of Mario little hidden gems. The storyline is all there. All your favorite characters are there. And it's like,
one of Drew's favorite characters is missing, I think.
Yeah, let's talk about that, shall we?
We're talking Birdo.
Let's talk fucking Birdo. Ain't no Birdo.
Ain't no Birdo.
The two biggest complaints was that there weren't no Birdo, and that in the doggy scene with the doggy.
Oh, the dog in the shower, yeah.
Yeah, you didn't get no doggy.
Oh, doggy.
Yeah, that dog got a lot of screen time considering Birdo got nothing.
None.
Dog is not even a Mario character.
No.
The dog.
I think they were referencing Duck Hunt with him, though. Even though at least there was a bunch of Duck Hunt references.
Oh.
He doesn't look like the dog, though. So I don't know.
No, he doesn't. It's not the same breed.
I don't know. They had a bunch of Duck Hunt references. I figured maybe the dog was. Anyways, could it? But yeah, no Birdo. Which I mean, I think opening up when you guys were asking if this is going to be a one-off film, there was that one scene where, Mario's like, hey, you could be from my planet, Earth. And Peach is like, I don't know. There's a whole lot of galaxies out there. And,
Super Mario Galaxies.
That's a coming. That's definitely coming, which is my favorite Mario that's the one that really got down with.
One or two or both?
I mean, I two more than one, but they're both amazing.
Those games are good.
I mean, I could totally see a Super Smash movie. I could see a Mario Kart movie.
Legend of Zelda movie. Metroid, maybe.
Kirby.
I mean, yeah, maybe if they do a bunch of like one-off movies, they could lead up to Smash Brothers Avenger type thing. But I mean,
Nintendo cinematic universe.
Yeah, I think that you're just going to mostly get a movie like this that's done really well, where it's like, we're not going to do one thing. We're going to pay homage to a bunch of different things all at once. So it kind of like builds we'll just go off of all the things all at once and build a movie that way, which I think is great because I wouldn't want to see a Mario Kart movie, but the fact that Mario Kart showed up in the Mario movie, it's like, of course it did. That's great. We got like a Mad Max. Yeah.
Yeah. And I liked with the Mario Kart, they didn't make it a race initially. It was just, they were actually just traveling on a road to get somewhere. And then all of the Koopa cars like come out, and that was
Amazing
just
shot.
awesome. Yeah,
when he like forward, and then all the lights like turn on at once. It's just like, oh my god, so cool.
Yeah. And it did have like a very like Fury Road kind of feel to it.
Mhm.
Cars blowing up, and then we even got a little blue shell at the end there. That was fun.
Yeah, you gotta have the blue shell.
And then they got blasted into water, so we had a little bit of a water world situation, and then they blasted out in the barrel.
Were you guys soaking wet by the end of this movie with all the
Yeah, but
all
not
the 40X?
not because of the reason you think.
Drew pissed his pants.
They have new diaper technology put in these chairs, which is great because they got you in stirrups. So I don't know where.
That's the fifth D.
That's the fifth dimension.
The diaper dimension.
The diaper dimension.
That's 5DX.
Yeah.
The other fun little thing was what's the character's name? The Luna Star or the Luma Star, who was like
Luma, I think.
Yeah.
From Galaxy.
The existential dread Luma of despair.
Where am I? Ooh, fresh meat for the grinder.
Pay him no heed. He is cute, but he is.
There's gotta be a way out of here.
There's no escape. The only hope is the sweet relief of death.
Whoa! Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Pretty dark.
Pretty brutal for that. Pretty funny though. I mean, they kind of nailed it.
Yeah, I was amazed that actually popped up at the end of the movie. It's like, oh, the movie's over. Now don't you feel emptiness or something like that?
Yeah.
It was like, man, this is really dark for like a
It makes you want
kids
to play
movie.
the sex. Yeah. What did Hannah Ray think about the Luma?
I think she was just sort of like laughing because everyone else was laughing. We both really got a kick out of the invincibility star at the end.
Oh yeah, that was
just
great.
like Bowser kicking them in the face and just doing nothing in a comical fashion and blazing through everyone. And then the N64 Bowser tail spin KO.
Oh yeah, that was classic. Yeah, the spin around the tail, that was good. And I like how Luigi saves Mario, like with the sewer manhole cover.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That was good.
A little moment for Luigi to save Mario. I was like, that's good. That's a payoff right there.
That's film with family right there.
That's the kind of shit I live for.
That's brothers right there.
Yeah, brothers got each other's backs.
Brother that uses his manhole to save his another brother's life. That's what you do. Your brother's in trouble, you take out your manhole, you do it right, you take care of your brother's life.
Oh yeah, one thing we haven't talked about is Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't care at all that it's Seth. Like, obviously, it's like, again, people are like, you're not building the character. It's like, just let it happen. It's fine.
I think it's a perfect Donkey Kong.
Yeah, when he's like shrinks him down to like a little guy, and then he like laughs in his face. You know, it's like a giant Donkey Kong. But it's just like this is great. It's like,
yeah, paired really well. The Seth Rogen laugh with Donkey Kong. It worked.
Yeah, you know, it's like obviously it's just for laughing at that Seth Rogen's the guy, but you know, kids won't know that when they're watching it. It's a kids movie, and it was great. Loved it.
Yeah, Donkey Kong seems like he smokes weed. You know, he like just smokes weed and eats a bunch of bananas. You know.
Yeah, and again, the introduction of Funky Kong, and like him, he was the guy on the. As soon as you see the Mario Kart, you know you're in for a lot of great Mario Kart. As soon as you enter, you know, Donkey Kong Country or whatever you want to call it.
Barrel World,
Barrel Town, and the township of Banana Land. You'll go ape is the tagline. Keep going.
We had a big Bonsai Bill at the end there. We had a Bullet Bill action. Yeah, and I guess that that final showdown between Mario and Bowser is a little nod to an episode of the old Mario animation that's called Showdown in Brooklyn.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's like, I don't think, I mean, they're like, we watched some of that early
Jesus Christ
89 where it's like mix of live action and a mix of animation. It was pretty bad.
So awful.
I mean, the 93 movie is really bad. There has just never been a good translation to the screen for Mario, like in either TV or movie form up until now. So it's kind of exciting. I mean, like it really kind of like made me feel like I was watching like a franchise be born. It was like the big bang of Nintendo world cinema universe.
Yeah, I'm not sure where the story will go, or I don't know, but I'll watch it.
With that kind of money, they're bound to do more. I hope they don't do. I don't have faith that they could do a Zelda movie unless they approach it totally differently.
Did you guys see the post-credits sequence?
The one with Bowser singing the Peaches song?
Oh no.
There's one after that.
Oh no.
Oh,
No,
we
I didn't see that.
left before that.
You fools. You wasted your money. Go get your $5 back.
So the camera like goes like underneath the street of Brooklyn, and you're like in the pipes and all the like steam and everything, and it goes down, down, down. And what do we see? An egg.
Yoshi egg, wiggling Yoshi egg.
It cracks open and you hear Yoshi.
Oh, well, that's funny because they actually show Yoshis in the movie. There's that one shot where they pass by a herd of Yoshis, which I thought was like a beautiful shot. I'm like, wow, look at all these Yoshis.
Wow,
and like that one
beautiful
pink,
land.
and that one pink Yoshi kind of like gives Mario a look. I was like, oh my God, this is like Jurassic Park. It's breathtaking.
But you didn't see a green one in there. They're all the different
Right.
colors, but not the classic Yoshi green. And so looks like we are headed for a Yoshi movie, folks. So yeah, there's much more to come. But yeah, Drew and I were talking about this, about how we have like the trailers before the movie were like Barbie and Trolls.
Just a bunch of dead toys.
Didn't they make a Battleship movie based off?
They did make a Battleship movie with Rihanna.
Oh wow, that
Rihanna's
sounds
in it.
bad.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like you got the Dungeons and Dragons movie now. You got Air, a movie about shoes right now. Mario,
It's just a bunch of movies about products.
Those are the big winners right now. I mean, I think there are more interesting narrative films out there, but they're not getting into the
You got
theaters.
Tar based on Tar.
Yeah.
Based on Target, the chain
Their target
department
audience.
store.
I hope we talk about Tar in every episode of Film with Family. If there's a single episode that goes without Tar, I will feel tarnished.
You think maybe we should go around give our final thoughts, maybe give a score, we each give it a score, something like that?
I think when you asked Anna Ray what her review was, she held up 10 fingers. So Anna Ray gives it a 10 out of 10 as a 5-year-old, right? She's 5. Yeah.
You don't have to discount her. You don't have to do that.
No, I mean, I'm just saying, as the children's review of this is 10 out of 10. So that's the scale right now.
Okay. I thought you were just letting your audience know, not just like she's 5, so
she doesn't know really.
She doesn't know. We know. Don't listen to her.
She doesn't get what a real 10 out of 10 movie like Tar would be, but so Drew, you're my brother. You're our guest. Why don't you go first?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like my review is going to be slated because of how much fun 40X is. It's just a great experience. It just adds a whole nother level to the film. And I definitely want to watch it again without being jostled. But I don't think I can ever watch a movie again the same way. I have to be jostled now. But yeah, it was just a blast going into a movie with, weird expectations because of all the controversy, and just like immediately just being reassured that this is going to be a good time. And it was nothing but that. I had a lot of fun. I'd say 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10, man.
What was the controversy?
Well, the controversy of just like, the voices, they're doing their just regular voices, the weird casting. Like when they announced that, I saw Dunkey doing a review for it, and like the translation didn't go great because it was like Chris Pratt's gonna be Mario, and it's Japanese guy, and then roughly translating it, and they're like, Chris Pratt's gonna be Mario. He's super cool. And I just
That's so cool.
So cool, oh, doggy. It's another example of people just cart before the horse and like people freaking out about this movie coming out before it actually does. And it was just a good time. And one of the, like, I don't think Illumination's put out a movie that good since like Despicable Me. And yeah, it's just a good time.
Yeah, Caleb, you're my brother. What do you say about Super Mario Brothers movie?
Well, yeah, I think you gotta rate this on the scale of like what it is, and I think it's probably a golden rule that I would imagine for a podcast such as this is like, not every movie's meant to be Oscar material. This is a movie for people either like Mario or kids who may be in the market to be liking that kind of thing. And in that regard, I feel like it really nails it. The purist in me agrees with Drew in that the like licensed music with the AC/DC part, like with Mario Kart, like that actually did kind of feel okay with me just tonally. And I laughed at the Kill Bill part. And because it was instrumental, I didn't even really put that together. I was just like, this is funny. So, yeah, I like the cast. I like the quality of the animation. You could tell it wasn't just a cash grab, even though they made a ton of cash on this. Like, they put enough homework into, and the people that like were making this, like everyone that was involved, you could tell they have memories and love for the game. So, yeah, like I don't want to see them do any more Mario. Like that's a weird thing. I don't want to see more of this. And I probably wouldn't watch it again. But like for what it's supposed to be, they did it well, and I had a great time. And Anna had a blast, and that was really the main thing for me. So good on them.
Yeah, I think you probably will be rewatching this as soon as this hits streaming. I imagine Anna's gonna be like, "Let's watch the Mario movie every day."
Yeah,
yeah.
We'll see.
But out of 10 though, what are you giving it?
Out of 10, I guess a solid 8.
Okay.
Like it could have been better. Like, but what are we talking here?
Yeah.
they did a lot of things that I like. That's one of the things that really bugs me. Is when people just go from like their personal preference of like I was watching this guy breaking down Link to the Past and Ocarina of Time and like picking out all the little like puzzle elements that he didn't like and like these two masterpieces of gaming, and he just had these very specific qualms and then like made it about that. And it's like, for every one good idea you might have as a singular person that would make you feel good, there's at least 20 things they did in this movie that I never would have thought of that were really well executed and like pleasantly surprising. So
totally,
yeah, I had a good time. It wasn't too long. It was good. I'd give it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I think this movie's good. I had a completely sober experience. I didn't smoke weed, didn't have any beer. It was at 11. It was at noon on Easter Sunday. So, and there was no 3D. There was no jostling seats. But I was still transported by this movie. I thought the animation's really beautiful. Felt like Pixar level animation, which is that's the high watermark when it comes to 3D animation, in my opinion. Yeah. And I've never seen any of the Despicable Me movies or any other Illumination movies, so I was pretty impressed with that aspect of how good the movie looked. Yeah, a couple other little things I liked that we didn't talk about. I like the one Toad that has the really deep voice.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Whenever he said anything, it cracked me up. And there's one little Charlie Day Luigi line I really liked when Bowser is like really jealous, like hearing about Mario, and it's like, would Peach go for a guy like Mario? And Luigi's like, if she had good taste, she would. Yeah. Something like that. I just like just how much admiration he has for his brother, and that really came through in that line.
Yeah, despite how scared he is, even under duress, he's like, my brother's a fucking catch. Any girl would be lucky to have him.
Yeah, it's a good time at the movies, man. But I'm gonna go a little bit less. I give it 7 out of 10.
Wow.
If I feel like if I did have the 40x kind of experience, you guys, I would probably be at an 8 or something. But I was just like, this is really solid. Really, this is good movie. And I had my expectations kind of low because Drew, you put in our group chat, it sucked after you guys saw it. And, I took that literally. It's like, damn, Drew hated it. This movie's probably gonna be bad.
That was just for Austin because when we came out of the theater, we were so hyped and having such a good time. We were definitely like, lit. As I was lit, anyways.
Yeah, me and Caleb took it at face value. I'm like, damn, Drew hated the movie.
Yeah, well, I guess I'll just say what I said before. I mean, I loved it. I thought it was super fun. I had a blast in the 4DX experience. I don't know if, that kind of tainted my view of it, made it more plussed up version of the movie. But I do want to watch it again. I almost saw it a matinee again yesterday just because I wanted to watch it again for the podcast, but I also just kind of wanted to watch it again. I thought it was like a really fun time. Nice, tight 90 minutes. No more, no less. And, it's in and out. You get all your Easter eggs, you get all your favorite characters, you get all the sound effects and songs, and you got Mario Kart, you got Smash Bros in there, a little nod to anything that you like in the whole Nintendo universe. And I'm excited to see what comes of this. If they make more of them, I feel like they'll be just as fun. It just seems like you've got a really competent crew behind these films that are really taking the time to it's just ultimate fan service, right? Like I really don't know of another video game movie that really packs it in to this detail, just giving anybody who's ever played any generation of the game is going to be getting something that that amuses them. And also it's like a perfectly simple story that they don't overcomplicate. So like people and kids that have never seen Mario are totally hooked after this. So I don't know. I thought it was great. And I'm going to give it 9 fingers.
Whoa. Nice.
Can I change my review?
No.
Nope.
No Birdo, 0 stars. 0 stars, no Birdo.
So out of all of our fingers combined and averaged, we're giving Mario an 8.4.
That sounds about right.
You did the math. Nice.
Yeah. That includes Honore's 10 finger review.
On a bump.
All right. Well, Caleb, Drew, the brothers.
Yeah, we want to thank you for coming back to the podcast. And Drew, we definitely gonna have to let you come back and let you pick a movie. So the second time we forced you to watch a movie. So
just keep forcing me to watch things, and I'll talk about them. I guess I didn't like it. They strapped me to a chair and forced me to watch it, eyes wide shut style.
You mean Clockwork Orange style?
No, I know what I said because my eyes were wide and not shut. Thank you.
Well, it was a great time at the movies. It was great to see it with my brother. It was great to see you guys all dressed up with your mustaches and red and green, and seeing Honore in her princess dress. You guys really went the extra mile.
Yeah, we'll have to post that on social media, which you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Film with Family.
Seamless plug.
If you have a take 2 of your own, or you got something you want to email us, you can reach us.
Well, I could do it another time, but I did have a take 2. I respect the audacity of the rebuke of the take 2 from Prince of Thieves, getting very specific on the lineage and the historical accuracy, which I appreciate. That's good. not to tip or tat that, there's just an additional few things after listening back to the episode that I was remiss that I didn't acknowledge. So I'll try and make them quick here. The first one was the lighting. I don't know how I didn't talk about the lighting of Prince of Thieves, but when he shoots the flaming arrow, even though that's like sort of a dusk, midday battle scene, like it goes completely dark to accentuate the flaming arrow. So I just thought that the lighting deserved a shout out. Then during the Celtic invasion of Sherwood Forest, when he goes to the front lines to shoot the 3 arrows, what was like really impactful of that is he's the only one other than Azim who has actual war experience. And so leading by example as someone who's like battle hardened and needed to set the tone. And then one of your biggest gripes was the poop grab.
It wasn't a gripe. I thought it was the best part of the movie.
Well, I wanted to like go even deeper on that and grab an even larger manure handful.
You're really getting into the shit.
I was thinking about it. I'm like, the poop grab really illustrates how salt of the earth and like man of the people this Robin Hood is. Like he's a prince of
That's all
thieves.
men of the people do. Grab just piles of shit.
I mean, he's royalty. He doesn't, need to be doing any of this stuff, but because he's a nitty gritty, he's not afraid to shovel some shit. And I thought that was like that portrayed Robin of Locksley in an accurate light. That was a conscious choice by Kevin Costner to show what kind of, Robin Hood he is. He's dipping his hands right in the shit.
Yeah. Caleb, you gotta let this go, man. You gotta just
you gotta let the poop go. You gotta release.
Talking about poop gripes? Poop gripes? Got gripes with poop?
And that's take 2.
Oh shit. Take 2. Take a number 2 with your hand.
A number 2.
Take a 2 with your hand.
And but if you want to shoot us an email, you can email us at filmwithfamilypodcast@gmail.com.
If you want to talk more about Prince of Thieves, by all means, keep bringing it up.
Keep the convo going.
We're going to make a separate episode that's just a cut of all of your take 2s on Prince of Thieves.
Make it viral.
And you can follow us on Letterboxd. Zachary Zweifler and Austin C. Pruett.
We love the movies.
And we love our family.
Family.
See you next time, folks. Bye.
Bye.